In this video, we describe how to work with data concurrency and locking. We will cover the topics shown in these slides, such as what is a transaction, an overview of concurrency and locking, and the concepts of lock, wait, and deadlock. If you need more details about this topic, refer to this supporting material, Chapter 13, Concurrency and Locking of the book Getting Started with DB2 Expressi 3rd edition. Lesson 8 of the db2university.com course. What is a transaction? A transaction could be better explained using this simple example. Let's say you have access to two accounts at a bank. One is your bank account and the other one is your mom's bank. In your bank account, there is a balance of $1,000. In your mom's account, there is a balance of $200. Now, let's say you want to transfer $100 from your account to your mom's account. Behind the scenes, $100 will first be debited from your account and then $100 will be credited to your mom's. However, what would happen if the $100 from your account is debited and all of a sudden there is a power outage and the operation is not completed? You just lost $100. As you can tell, such scenario cannot be allowed to happen in any real-life application. To solve this problem, both operations, the debit and the credit, should be treated as one single unit as a transaction. So, a transaction is basically treating one or more SQL statements as one unit. If one statement of a transaction fails, the entire transaction fails. A transaction is also known as unit of work, as we will see in the next slide. A transaction starts with any SQL statement and ends with a commit or rollback statement. A commit statement makes changes permanent to the database, while a rollback statement reverses changes. Both statements release all locks taken on rows. For example, in this slide, you can see several transactions. For the first transaction, two rows are inserted into the employee table. The transaction ends with the commit statement, which guarantees these two rows for John and Mandy are stored in the table. The next transaction starts with a delete statement and ends with a rollback. Since it ends with a rollback, any changes made are not actually applied, and the table remains exactly as it was before the transaction started. Then, we have another transaction that updates the name to be Jack for MID equals 100. Since this transaction ends with a commit, the change is applied as highlighted in yellow in the slide. Finally, there is one last short transaction consisting of a rollback. This transaction of one statement would have no effect. Since nothing can be rolled back at this time, ACID rules guarantee database transactions are processed in a reliable way. ACID stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. The isolation rule is discussed in more detail in the next slides. Consistency and durability are also discussed in more detail in the presentation about backup and recovery.